Pitchers dial in on accuracy and control in this game we call In the Zone. Send the first pitcher to the mound with a ball as you set up behind the plate. Here's how it looks. On your call, they pitch the ball to you, using about 60% of the effort that they would in the actual game. Here, we're going for control over power. Challenge them to throw 10 strikes before they throw 4 balls.
Perfect.
As they get the hang of it, they can increase their effort as you up the target number of strikes and lower the number of balls. Proper pitching form requires repetition and attention to detail. Here, we're slowing things down so players can dial in on their mechanics, gripping the ball with their fingers resting on the seam, unlocking their elbow, and releasing at waist height. Just like that.
Fielders learn to make the play at every position in this game we call Gold Glove. Have your team take the field at each position. You grab a bat and a bucket of balls and set up near the mound. Whether you're playing softball or baseball, the game is the same. Here's how it looks. Hit balls to every player on the field, starting in the outfield. Send 2 balls to each outfielder, who field them and throw to the cutoff on the way to second. For the left and center fielders, that's the shortstop. For the right fielder, it's second base. Then back up towards the plate and hit 2 more balls to each outfielder. This time they throw home, one's hitting the cutoff and the other on the fly. Next up, infielders. Hit grounders to each position and have them record the out at first, except the player at first who throws to third. Then hit to the infielders to turn a double play, from second to first, then from home to third. Finally, finish up with a few pop-ups for the catcher. Keep the whole team involved on each play by calling out in-game scenarios. In the actual game, each defensive play depends on where the base runners are, what the score is, and the number of outs. Getting the out requires fielders to use their minds just as much as their bodies. So make sure they stay focused and dialed in, no matter where the ball is headed. Fielders trap runners in a jam in this classic game called Pickle. Divide the team into groups of 3. Within each group, name 2 fielders and 1 runner. Place 1 fielder on second base and the other on third. Give a ball to the fielder on second and place the runner 15 feet off the bag. Whether you're playing softball or baseball, the game is the same. Here's how it looks. On your call,
Go.
The fielders throw the ball back and forth, trying to trap and tag the runner. The runner can escape by getting on base safely or by forcing the fielders to throw the ball more than 3 times.
Go get him, go get him, go get him! Give it up!
Give fielders 1 point if they get the runner back to second, but 0 points if they let the runner advance to third.
Last one, get him, get him, get him! Safe!
Play until the fielders get 5 points, then rotate.
That was a great job! Clap it up, baby, let's go! Come on, let's go play second.
In the actual game, runners should avoid a pickle at all costs. But if they find themselves in one, they should try to stay alive as long as possible.
Go, Tiger!
That gives other runners on base a chance to advance, possibly even into scoring position.
Safe!
Fielders practice their footwork and throwing mechanics while runners round the bases. This is Beat the Ball. Send 5 players to the 4 infield positions and home plate. Then, line up the rest of the group as runners behind the plate. Finally, place a ball halfway up the line between home and third base. Whether you're playing softball or baseball, the game is the same. Here's how it looks. On your call, the runner at home begins sprinting around the bases. At the same time, the player at third charges in to field the ball as the shortstop slides over to cover third. The fielders throw the ball around the diamond, from first to second to third to home, in a race to get the ball to the plate before the runner does.
Heads up! Oh, attaboy.
Fielders will need to use proper footwork while transferring the ball around the diamond. Remind them to keep their feet moving so they stay in rhythm. Remind runners to ignore the fielders. The best way to beat the ball is to keep their heads down and hustle.
Attaboy, good job!
Batters work on hitting for contact in this classic game called Pepper.
You got to spread out a little bit so you're ready to field the ball.
Divide the team into groups of 4 to 5 players each. In each group, one player is the hitter, and the others are fielders spread equally apart 10 feet in front of the batter. Whether you're playing softball or baseball, the game is the same. On your call, one of the fielders tosses an underhanded pitch to the batter using a foam ball. They try to hit a grounder to one of their teammates who fields it and tosses it right back. If they hit a fly ball that lands in a fielder's glove, the player who caught it rotates in for the next at-bat.
The guy who caught it, he's up, he's hitting.
If the batter swings and misses or hits a home run over everyone's heads, they're out and swap roles with a fielder. Play short rounds about 2 minutes long. Whoever lasts the longest at the plate wins. Remind players that this game is about hitting for contact, not power. After all, not every at-bat calls for a grand slam.
Oh, home run, next hitter.
Encourage hitters to choke up for more bat control. In the actual game, that could be the difference between fouling off a tough pitch and whiffing at it.
1, 2, 3.
Batting practice reaches a fever pitch in this game we call Think Fast. Line up your team in foul territory. The first player steps up to the plate with a bat. You set up 4 feet to the side of home plate with a bucket of 2 different colored plastic balls. Whether you're playing softball or baseball, the game is the same. Soft toss 2 different colored balls at the same time towards the player. While they're in the air, call out one of the colors.
White.
The batter will already be in motion and must adjust to hit the correct one. They get a point for every successful hit. After 5 swings, they move to the back of the line. Whoever has the most points once everyone's gotten a turn wins the round. Pitch recognition is vital when it comes to success at the plate.
Yellow.
Knowing what pitches not to swing at is just as important. Think Fast helps prepare players to make split decisions on game day.
White. Nice.
There's no telling where fly balls might land in this game we call the box. Use 4 cones to create a large rectangle and place a 5th one in the middle. You stand at the edge of the space with a bucket of balls. Whether you're playing with softballs or baseballs, this game is the same. Here's how it looks. The first player in line starts at the center cone facing you. Throw a shallow pop-up to one of the 4 corners. The fielder runs to catch it, using the proper footwork and tracking angle. Once they field it, players must throw the ball back to you and track down your next pop-up. Each fielder gets 3 tries before the next player is up. Give players a point for every ball they catch. Then, challenge them to beat their score in the next round. Tracking down fly balls is one of the keys to success in the outfield. Players should be ready to explode in any direction once the ball comes off the bat. Remind fielders to turn their belt buckle towards the ball and run to where they expect it to land.
There you go, great job.
Learn to field with a gold glove in this game we call Superstar. Create a circle by placing 5 cones on the ground about 10 feet apart and divide your team into groups of 5. Players stand 1 to a cone with 1 ball per group. Whether you're playing with baseballs or softballs, this game looks exactly the same. On your call, the player with the ball may throw it to any teammate except for the ones directly next to them. The player who catches it transfers the ball smoothly from glove to hand, then gets rid of it as quickly as possible.
Great job. Move your feet, move your feet. Boom. Keep your feet moving. Keep your feet moving.
Encourage groups to track how many catches they make before dropping the ball. Then challenge them to beat their record the next time.
4, 5, keep it going. No drops. Ah!
Remember, a quick transfer is about more than just a fast arm. So encourage players to keep their hands out, knees bent, and hips low, just as they would in the actual game.
Tank it. 1, 2, 3. MOJO! Great job.
Fielders practice catching fly balls at each position in this game we call Pop Quiz. Your team takes the field with players at each position. You stand in front of home with a bucket of balls. Whether you're playing softball or baseball, the game is the same. Set a target number of consecutive pop-ups for the team to catch.
Ready!
Then throw fly balls all around the field at random.
That's 3. We got 2 more.
To win, they must hit the target number of catches without the ball hitting the ground. If anyone drops the ball, they all have to start over at 0.
All right, starting back at 0.
Some players may copy their favorite pros and field pop-ups with one hand. Remind them that the only way to make it to the show is by securing the catch with both hands, like this. And tell them to make their voices heard.
Be ready. Call the ball. Ball, 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 ball. If it's coming your way.
Even when there is no doubt about where the ball is heading, it's important to develop good communication to avoid any errors in the actual game.
Jog it in right here. 1, 2, 3, MOJO!
The play is always to the mound in this game we call Pitcher's Poison. Divide the group into 2 teams. Send one team to the field and one to bat. You stand at the mound with a ball, ready to pitch. Here's how it looks. Teams play a normal baseball or softball scrimmage, with a twist. All the defense needs to do to get an out is throw the ball back to the pitcher before the runner gets on base.
Gotcha!
Play a normal game to a set number of innings. Then mix up the teams and play again. This is a great way to get beginners comfortable playing the field. They won't have to worry about defensive scenarios and can focus on fielding the ball and getting it back to you. For more advanced players, it's a back-to-basics game that puts all the focus on hitting and having fun.
1, 2, 3, MOJO!